Right, well, welcome back to my third part of this series. Thank you for joining me. If you've got this far, you've done remarkably well. So, to recall what happened last part, I became King of Wessex, which I actually predicted would sort of happen that part. So, I'm glad that did. We currently have mercenaries, because we're going to actually probably do nothing now because they've moved to Mercia rather than besieging my territory. But I still shall maybe losing 10 gold a month. That's 36 months I can hold them. Oh, excuse me there. I think I should probably keep the mercenaries for now, seeing as we are at war and the troops are right over there. So, what is there to say, really? Oh yeah, let's just start it, and I'll keep on talking, as I always do. So, I was thinking about perhaps the possibility of a conversion to EU4 as a save. I may do that, and if I do, it's a question of where to stop this. Stop the Crusader Kings to save that I don't do too much. I think if I do EU4 conversion, you can also comment in this video if you would see an EU4 conversion. I would like to see an EU4 conversion personally, but that might not happen because I may do too much in CK2 and then it becomes rather boring in EU4. To be fair, I actually think the EU4 save conversion isn't as fun as the EU4 vanilla, but that's for when we get to there. But basically, if I do, I think I would probably keep with having Britannia and maybe some land on the... what do you call it? Oh, I can't even think what it's called now. On the mainland. Why can't I think of that? On the mainland to spice things up a little. But it may also be the case that there's no powerful enemies in Europe, because what I didn't mention last time when I was talking about Callings is that there is some times when they pretty much just sit here like this. Like, no France, Germany sort of, but not really. Lotharingia being there for no good reason at all, really. And Italy doing this in constant revolt. And also it would mean a lot of Muslims if we do that. Because unlike in EU4, where the Muslims on mainland Europe start in Gibraltar, which is here, Granada, which in EU4 is here, and I think it actually is Almeria here. Yeah, they start with 3 provinces on the mainland, whereas in CK2 and converting that, they usually start off with a lot more, because the AI Spain is not as good as the actual Spain in history. Although I don't actually know that much about the Reconquista, and I may be spewing out a bunch of baloney, and Spain actually did very little in it. I don't really know. Perhaps someone would care to enlighten me on that. And once again, the most annoying creatures in all of existence, Viking raiders. That's right, get off my land. Oh, for goodness sake, I didn't even spot them. Oh my god, just let me select my mercenaries. Thank you. So as you can see, 6,000 Yeeland troops are still conquering Mercia, and are probably going to succeed in that. Oh, I actually caught them. Well, they're dead. Serves them right. I'm also going to dismiss my mercenaries because there's only one large army and they're going to stay in Mercia. I'm pretty sure of it. So as you can see, Mercia is about to be lost to Yeeland, which is not a good thing, not at all. But it's also a good thing. Okay. But it's also a good thing another way in that Mercia's very annoying to take as a Catholic, if it's a Catholic nation, because it's so large that it just takes multiple wars, unless you manage to get yourself a claim to it, to the entire thing, which is quite hard and usually very costly, or if you say inherit it, but that's very unlikely. It's very hard to get an inheritance of another country with such a large size. Although I have done it previously. Speaking of which, let's talk about... Yay, my wife is pregnant. Let's talk about that. So my wife is now pregnant. But previously I have done a campaign as the King of Wessex, although in that case I was Alfred rather than Alfred. And in that one I did manage to create Britannia. That was rather easy. And we just lost the war for Mercia. And I also managed to take East Francia and Scandinavia, and basically I became so large that I was able to marry the Empress. There we go. Yeeland has been lost. I basically became Emperor. I was able to marry the Empress of the Byzantine Empire normally, which in turn meant I inherited the entire Byzantine Empire as Emperor of Britannia. And from then on, I created the Roman Empire and conquered all I could see. And then I converted to EU4, which brings up the whole save converting thing, because as you can imagine, being the only Christian nation in the game with... let's get a sense of scale. So basically, I conquered all this, then I conquered Norway, then it was Denmark, I think it was, then Sweden, then East Francia, then this place, then the Byzantine Empire, and then basically I just conquered Italy, formed Roman Empire, and then just conquered all you could see from Morocco. I couldn't bother with Ghana and Mali, they're so annoying to take. All of Africa, Egypt down to here. Saudi Arabia up to around here. I conquered Saudi Arabia. And the north around here, I think. And basically there as well. It was just basically a very large nation as Roman Empire, and I basically converted it to EU4, and it was no challenge really. No one else had Western tech, so no one else could keep up with me in technology, which is also very cheap because of all the universities you own, having all the Western world. I had around 400,000 troops at the start of the game, which, considering how in my German game I still only have around 300,000, is pretty good going. Also, my biggest rival had about 200,000 troops. No, I think it was less than that. I think it was like 100,000 something. But basically, no challenge at all. Very boring. And so that's why I'm rather unsure about doing an EU4 save converter. But enough of me talking, let's go on to this. So Mercia's been lost to Yealand, that's the island, and that means they now have 1,500 men. I have 1,100 and a possibility of mercenaries. See, I don't really want to go to war because it would involve bringing in Ivar the Boneless, who has a lot of men. Because I say that it's inevitable that that place will join in the Holy War because it's the Norse faith and they want to defend the Norse faith. As will probably Jorvik, but Jorvik's terrible now. It's so pathetic, it's not even funny. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep Yealand. I think I'm going to allow Yealand to be there. That's another thing actually. Because Norse are pagan, there you go, pagan, they are stuck in Gavelkind. Now Gavelkind means that their titles are separated between all the children, and okay, never mind. I expected Yealand to take the title of Mercia, but it appears they have not. They just have the title of Yealand with all Mercia's land, which is not good, because then that means that will not break off when there's a succession crisis, let's call it. Meanwhile, I think I should rather have the total of 4 out of 4 provinces. And I suppose I should kill these kids. Oh, this may seem harsh, but it's the Crusader King's way. You murder kids to get land. Oh wait, that's my heir, what am I doing? That's stupid of me. Don't kill him. For now, we're going to keep him because he is the difference between game over, pretty much, really. He does have a brother, but blah. Brothers are usually useless. Although I wouldn't know because I don't have a brother. Who? Ermentrude Carling, that is my wife, seeks to kill Ailton Aethelwaldson. Is that him? There it is. Why do you want to kill him? I don't understand why you want to kill him. But can you stop, please? Yes. Okay. We need as many dynasty members as possible right now. And that's why I'm not going to imprison her, even though I can. I still need her for babies, you know, that sort of thing. But also don't want her to kill my nephew, because he's like one of 3 of my dynasty members. Wait, that's not looking at the right thing. Where is it? Yeah, this. Living members 4. My half-sister. So I have 4 members of my dynasty, and I really don't need one of them to be killed. Even if the killer is my wife. So Northampton's breaking off from Yealand. That's going to fail miserably, presumably. It's probably a war for independence. Yep. It's only Northampton against Yealand. it's not going to succeed. So I can't really see myself as supporting it. As much as I would love to support Northampton so I can conquer it rather easily, it's... Oh my goodness, why another daughter? That's annoying. Meanwhile, my claim... Well, my attempts to fabricate a claim has been going awful. No. Oh, God's sakes. Come on. There we go. Earl Ossetel of Essex has 17 diplomacy. He's now going to have 18 because he wants to become Chancellor. He's magnificent at the moment, but that's because of feasts. Which reminds me, I probably could... I can't go on a hunt because I'm depressed. I could hold a fair, but they're rather boring. I could hold feasts though. So perhaps we'll get round to that once the time comes. Meanwhile, we shall sit in our castle looking very dashing with our bald head, which we can actually change because of the haircuts. Oh boy, look at us now. Our lovely red flowing locks. And that classic video game logic of haircuts producing longer hair. But it's a fair point considering how else would you get that haircut if you can't magically grow your hair in a video game. Unless somehow someone creates a next gen game that has the character's hair growing itself, you can morph it into a style. That's probably not going to come around for a very long time. Which also reminded me of an idea I had earlier today, and this probably, I'm boring you to death with my talking, but really there is nothing else really to do right now. My claim is being so slow. Wales is engulfed by disease. I can't declare war on the Norse because that's suicide. I can't declare war on Jorvik because it's so far away. See, I don't have a valid casus belli. I wish they actually implemented EU4 sort of system where you can declare war on someone with a valid casus belli, but it comes at a penalty. Probably something like a sort of like a truce breaker, but you don't necessarily have to have a truce breaker, and it can also have a truce breaker as well as being aggressive, like in that case. I wouldn't actually mind that idea. Sicinius the Chaste. Sicinius, what a sissy. Let's look at elsewhere in the world, preferably the Byzantine Empire, because I just... he's the unready as well. Basileus, the unready of the Byzantine Empire. I quite like the idea of Romans. They just fascinate me. So the Byzantine Empire is always something I like to look at. Even if it is a shadow of its former self in a lot of cases in this game. Meanwhile, I continue to weigh my oh, sorry. I probably should stop the game there, because that's around 20 minutes, and I don't want to go on for much longer. I'm probably boring you people to death. But regardless, if you did somehow enjoy this conversation you've had with me, one-sided sort of affair, if you have, then please come back for more in my possible 4th part that I may bring out. That would be nice. But if you did enjoy, please do come back and enjoy other Canting Games videos, not just my own. I know how much you love me, but please, I really need some love as well. So I guess that's it for this video. Tune in next time where we will do something and not just sit there.